Good evening, listeners. Today is the fourth chapter titled Why You Think the Way You Think. My thoughts seem to come from nowhere. I do not choose what to think. Thoughts occur by themselves. Thoughts do not mean much to me, they just come and go. Thoughts arise from the brain or the heart. Are you familiar with such statements? Having visited the engine room of our inner world, we have learned that thoughts are created in our mind and that our every thought is our own choice. We have also understood that changing our thoughts changes our destiny. But for us to change our thoughts, we need to be aware of the very basis of thought creation. What are the raw materials available for our mind to create thoughts? The three doorways to your thoughts. Have you wondered how someone is able to think positively in the toughest of situations while someone else thinks negatively even in a perfect scenario? Why do our minds work so differently? The difference is caused by these three sources which our mind uses to create thoughts. First, the beliefs we hold. Second, the content we consume. Third, the past experiences we carry. To gain more control over our thought patterns, let's check how these three sources influence our mind. Then it becomes easy to know the root cause for either purity or toxicity in our thoughts. Source 1, the beliefs you hold. A belief is an idea that we hold and consider to be the truth. Our ability to think and reason leads us to believe some things and disbelieve other things based on experiments, experiences, and conditioning. Consciously or unconsciously, we have gathered thousands of beliefs across nearly every aspect of life. All our beliefs are ingrained in the subconscious mind. On the basis of these beliefs, thoughts are created on the conscious layer of our mind. Examples of a few beliefs we might be holding are: I am too thin, she's the best person in the world. People are so rude these days. Life is a competition. Stress is normal. Expectations are natural. Gratitude is the best attitude. The world is no longer a nice place. It's important to be aware of our belief systems because beliefs leads us all the way to our destiny. Take a few minutes to write what you believe about yourself, your body, your family, your life, and the world around you. Thereafter, you can keep adding to the list. The mind assumes that our beliefs are the absolute truth. We become convinced about them even if certain beliefs makes us uncomfortable. We gather many layers of beliefs, particularly during our formative years. Show a 2-year-old a chair and tell him it is a table. He will believe it to be a table. But for how long will he continue to do that? Perhaps until someone else corrects him, or maybe until he learns at school that it's a chair. That day, he will change his belief about that piece of furniture. This is a simple example, but the same logic applies even to the profound beliefs we hold. For instance, tell a young child that she is no good. She will believe it until someone shows her how capable she is. It is important to note that we do change our beliefs from time to time. When labels become beliefs, whenever you think of a relative, friend, or colleague, do you associate that person with labels such as arrogant, timid, dishonest, weak, wise, and so on? Our perceptions about certain people leads us to create either positive or negative labels for them. These labels then become mental filter or lens through which we see them. The risk of labeling someone is that more often than not, they start viewing themselves through those labels. They embrace our beliefs about who they are. This means labels become beliefs. As a result, they then start living by the labels they receive. The vibrations of labels we receive, we radiate to them and trigger more of that particular behavior or habit in them. For instance, if we repeatedly label people as dishonest, we reinforce the sanskar of dishonesty in them. When this label becomes their belief, it impacts their thoughts and thereby their destiny. We therefore becomes instrumental in altering that person's destiny in a negative way without realizing this. We say, I just spoke the truth. That person is indeed dishonest. When we perceive people through the labels we attribute to them, eventually We draw the vibrations of that label into our own energy field. Everyone has admirable qualities. Focusing on them, magnifying them, and attributing positive labels to the person who displays these qualities will uplift other people and elevate our thinking as well. But by labeling people negatively, we lower our vibrations and disempower them. Therefore, it is important to take care of what we believe about others, especially children, and how we label them. Children who learn everything about the world from parents, teachers, and other elders also learn about themselves from these people. Here are examples of common labels assigned to them to children. You are a troublemaker. Why are you so cranky all the time? Stop being such a crybaby. My son is too picky. You are extremely talented. My children are athletic. My students are brilliant. You are always sincere. My son is humble. You might ask, if a child is fussy, what else should I label him? The golden rule is do not create a label for who they are. Create a label for who you want them to be. Don't we know about parents and teachers creating miracles with children simply by reinforcing positive labels? A mother received a complaint that her 5-year-old son does not speak to anyone in the class. Instead of asking, why are you introverted? She lovingly said to her son with the belief and conviction, you are so friendly that your classmates want to talk to you. It is perfectly fine that you were quiet today. Tomorrow, show them your new lunchbox and share your meal with everyone. I'll pack extra food. She consciously kept labeling her son as friendly, cordial, and sociable in her thoughts and words. Within a week, her son made 2 friends. A teacher observed that her student was particularly lazy and decided to change her approach. She said to him, you are so diligent. From today, you will be the class representative. I'm sure you will enjoy the additional responsibilities. Believing in his abilities, she motivated him daily with labels such as agile, active, enthusiastic, quick, and lively. She even gave him appreciation stickers in front of his classmates. The student did not even realize how soon he overcame laziness. The next time you find yourself judging other people, pause and tell yourself, I believe everyone is pure and powerful. I apply only empowering labels on them. Have you been given negative labels by people around you? Do you choose to label yourself as who you are or are not based on your appearance, background, personality, or achievements? Just as people see us through their perceptions, we also see ourselves through certain labels that we put on the self. Remember, they are just labels that reflect a belief. Even if a negative label has become your belief system and a part of your personality, it's just a belief. And a belief can be changed. Our labels affect our destiny. Let's replace every single negative label we have on ourselves with a pure, powerful, and positive label. Let's make them a part of our vocabulary and repeat them consistently for a few days until those positive labels become our identity. To create the reality you want, begin with assigning only the highest energy label to yourself. Choose the labels of who you want to be in reality. Here are few labels you can apply on yourself. I am always calm. I am always respectful. I do whatever I decide to do. I complete all my tasks before time. I am perfect in everything I do. I am always successful. Remind yourself, I label myself only and only with positive words. I am aware that my labels are my belief systems which manifest my destiny. Take a moment to change at least one negative belief about yourself. Evaluate your beliefs. We are entitled to have beliefs we want about ourselves, about the people in our life, about our circumstances, or about the world. It is our prerogative. However, it is important to believe what is right, what is true, and what is healthy. Consider the belief a good diet, exercise, and sleep are the pillars of well being. When the mind believes this, it creates thoughts such as let me eat for health and not for taste. I will not miss my regular exercise. I should get adequate and good quality sleep each night. But if we hold on to the belief, eat, drink, and be merry, our thoughts will be along the lines of just offer me pizza and fries, I will eat them instantly. I have no time for a workout. Let me sacrifice sleep and enjoy binge watching my favorite show tonight. We transmit our belief systems to people around us, especially to family, colleagues, and friends. Our belief systems can become the belief system of others because of three reasons. We live our life through the belief, so they start embracing it. We advise or try to convince people that it is right. We repeatedly radiate the vibration of that belief to people through our thoughts, words, and behavior, so they get influenced to accept it. It's important to check whether our beliefs allow us to remain happy, healthy, and loving. Sometimes we don't like our beliefs being challenged, but it helps to reevaluate if our beliefs are empowering or depleting us. Let a belief system just remain a belief and not your truth until you experiment with it. To know if a particular belief is right, check if it confronts to these four criteria. Ask yourself, does this belief make me emotionally stronger? Does it make me mentally and physically healthier? Is it creating harmony in my relationships? Is it making my life simpler? If these four criteria are fulfilled, the belief is comfortable and worth its weight in gold. You can hold on to it as the